evening, everyone. There's one thing I will concur with. There is no such thing as a free coffee with Don McKinnon. It is actually arguably often the most expensive coffee you've ever had in your life. I've given up coffee, Don, all right? Now I was asked, why did I support this? And in many ways, a young member of the Weta team actually summed it up for me yesterday and said, I was all over Gallipoli, I understood that, but I didn't understand about the Western Front. Now I'm an Englishman by birth, I'm a Lancastrian. My granddad grew up in a little town called Accrington. Accrington is the smallest town in England to raise a battalion in the First World War. And they had the misfortune to go over the top on the first day on Somme. 720 men. Within 20 minutes, 584 were casualties. It wiped out the young men of the town. And there were 17 members of my family in charge. So when I looked at this project, I thought, well, I understand this as an Englishman, the Somme, the Western Front. But in New Zealand, we've all heard of Gallipoli, we've all heard of Malone, we've all heard of Chanock Bear, the Wellington Battalion. But until in this audience, how many of us knew of Major General Russell? How many of us knew of the New Zealand Division, which was regarded by the High Command as the finest division on the Western Front? And we had nowhere to celebrate and commemorate those people. We had no Vimy Ridge, we had no Menin Gate, we had no Teapot. And I felt that that was wrong. So when Don came to see me, I thought this is a project to get behind because we needed a place. We needed a Taronga Waiwa. We needed une place qu'on tient. We needed a place to stand on the Western Front. But what was important to me is it wasn't just about commemoration. It had to be something that reflected Kiwi values, the things that we stand for. So yes, as in Menin, Villiers, Bretonneux, Vimy Ridge, it had to recognize the service, the sacrifice. But it also had to recognize something else, and what it is to be a Kiwi. Now, service and sacrifice, yes, but we have a number 8 wire mentality, ingenuity, creativity, and to me that was represented by the ladder, by the artificial smoke that the guys produced, by referring to Ivanhoe as a military textbook. But it also reflected our compassion and our generosity. After all, we could have shelled the walls of this town and we could have caused all of those casualties, but we chose not to at a cost of 130 of our own men. So for me, the museum at the Quesnoy represents what it is to be a Kiwi. It represents service, it represents sacrifice, it represents ingenuity, and it represents compassion. And if I think about it, I can't think of a better memorial for those people who came, those young men who came from the uttermost end